Good morning, all. Hope you are able to hear me.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah. Any questions before I start? Any questions from anyone? Yesterday we discussed about history and evaluation of SAP, if I'm not wrong, right? Today also we will spend little time on this. The complete again. Does it required to remember? Not at all. There, but at least we need to have a knowledge what is what, because we want to see ourselves in SAP environment. At least we need to have a knowledge. That's it, nothing else. Okay. So before I proceed, any questions?
Yes, sir. Good to start.
Sorry.
No questions. Good to
Okay.
start.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the confirmation. Yeah. So today we will see what are the different versions of ECC and what are the different versions of SAP and what are the different modules module wise, and if possible system landscape. We will try to understand what is a client, okay, what does different clients available and all this stuff we will try to cover in today's session. Okay, so as I said that we have two products in SAP, as means many products are there, but our training related to two products. One is ECC environment and another one is S4 HANA environment. ECC is the old product and still existing product, so it may get wind up by 2028 or 30 maximum. Okay, every year there are enhancing, they are extension, but maximum it will be closed by 2029 or 2030. So there will not, you won't see ECC in SAP, only S4 HANA. So here we discussed about what is HANA, what they mean by in-memory database, what the majority will be stored in RAM. So it is 1000 time HANA database and traditional databases. So earlier ECC version, ECC SAP was dependent on third-party databases. Third-party databases, whatever databases, right? Third-party databases, we call it as a traditional database. Traditional database, and HANA database is a latest database, right? And HANA database, it as it is a in-memory database, it is 1000 times faster than traditional databases. Clear? And what was the impact after introduction of HANA database in the range? We are able to get any information. Any information. Earlier we used to get in hours of time, but now it is in seconds of time. So it is a simplified data model. Clear? Live analytics, as I mentioned. So what is S4? HANA, and this is HANA is nothing but a database. S4 is nothing but your functional, right? S is nothing but a simple or suite, SUITE. This is okay. Okay, suite, or 4 stands for 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 or fourth generation. So just I have mentioned SAP till today. So in this only I will mention, okay, SAP 2024, as I said that 2015 to till present, okay, 20, but what is the major focus from 2024 onwards, okay, till today, this era, whatever 2024 to 26, this era is known as a cloud and AI era, artificial intelligence era. Clear? This 2024. So in this era, IT era, so SAP is majorly focusing on cloud ERP. We will discuss in our next sessions what do you mean by cloud, clear, on premise and all those stuff. Next one, it was majority projects on automation in SAP currently, that is artificial intelligence and automation. And latest, this is basis business technology platform, BTP. So now what all this stuff we will have complete knowledge on these three things. So today, what is SAP current focus? Current focus on cloud, clear, AI automation and business technology platform. So when it comes to ECC, okay. So when it comes to ECC versions and S4 HANA versions, ECC versions and S4 HANA version, SAP started again. I will mention what are the versions it has started. Okay, give me a second time. Okay, started earlier, it was R1, R2, R3 environment, R3 environment, as you know that. So here R3 environment, they have started releasing versions. They are releasing versions. For example, it is, I can say that 4.0 version, the old version, 4.0 version, 4.0 version. So that is in the year 1998. They have introduced in R3 environment, okay, in R3 platform. As we discussed, what do you mean R3? So in R3, first version they have released as a 4.0 version, and after that they have came up with 4.5 4.5 version, 4.5 version. Okay, slight improvement, so in the year R3, in this year they have introduced GUI, graphical user interface. They have introduced GeoHive introduction was happened in 4.0 version, and same thing 4.5 version they have introduced in the year 1999. In the year 1999, same in same platform R3. Okay, and what they have introduced in this, in the sense, the functional improvements, functional improvements. So next they came up with one more. They have released one more version. Okay, that is 4.6 version. 4.6 version in the year 2000. So few more features are added. Okay, but better user interface. Same thing, I can say that. In this, they have introduced better UI, user interface. Okay. Next one, they have released. They have released a 4.7 version. Okay. This is the latest and last version. Last version of R3. Okay. R3 environment. Right. And after this, ECC era was started. So from here, ECC era was started. I can say that from here, ECC era. So 4.1 version released in 2003. 2003. Okay. ECC era started from 2004. From 2004 version onwards. Sorry. I can just write it as an. Okay. From 2004. Okay, and after that they came up with a latest version. Okay, first ECC version, this is first ECC version. Okay, and after that they came up with 6.0 version. 6.0 version. Okay, nothing but started from 2006. 2006. So here, so after this, earlier, whenever they have started any new features added from 5 version 2, they have adopted new functionality, new system itself. Okay, but after that 6.0 version onwards, they have introduced. Okay, this is known as an ECC. Okay, ECC, instead of changing the system, they came up with enhancement packages, EHP. Clear? ECC EHP was introduced in the 6.0 version onwards. Clear? What is EHP? First of all, I would like ECC. Now you know that, right? What do you mean by EHP? EHP is nothing but enhancement package. EHP is nothing but enhancement package. Enhancement package. Okay. One second. Okay, no, sorry. Enhancement pack or package, or I can call it as an enhancement pack. So what do you mean by enhancement pack? Okay, so for example, an enhancement pack is an SAP upgrade that delivers new features and business functions without requiring full system upgrade. Full system upgrade means instead of changing the complete system, they have just added a feature. That's it. So for example, it is started from EHP 0, 6.0, 6.0, 6. I'll just write like this: 6.0 with EHP 0. EHP 0. Clear? First EHP enhancement patch means the system 6 will be as it is. The system 6 will be there as it is. If any new feature is added, every time they have adding new feature. So in that new feature is added, same version, instead of changing the entire system, ECC system, they have changed only the enhancement pack. For example, 6.0 EHP1. Okay, what are the changes we will discuss later? EHP1 to last version, to EHP1, EHP2, EHP3, EHP6, like that, EHP5, EHP7. The last version of ECC was EHP8. EHP8 version. EHP8 version. Okay, this is the last ECC version. There is no more versions of ECC now. Last ECC version. Clear? And what are the changes they have made, that we will discuss later. So only minor improvements, like minor improvements from EHP 0 to EHP 1, right? And EHP 1 to EHP 2 functional enhancements, right? Next one, EHP 3, they have focused on IC industry focus. Next one, few upgrades in EHP 4, they have done few upgrades in FI, MM and SD modules, right? And EHP 5, they have changed their user interface. Clear? And next one, EHP6, they have done with a lot of business innovations, and EHP7 is famous for that stability, and as well as they have introduced a new tax system. For example, if I take in India, then EHP7 is for GST. They have introduced instrument. And EHP8, that is suitable for traditional database and as well as a HANA database. EHP8. So like that, every enhancement pack, they have added new feature. So instead of changing the system, they have changed the enhancement pack, right? So when they have changed the complete system, in the sense after introduction of S4 HANA. So these are the versions from first R3 onwards till this one, EHP8 version on ECC. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next, when it comes to S4 HANA versions, so second, I think I have mentioned here, but let me do it here also. SAP S4 HANA was introduced earlier. It was introduced S4 HANA. S4 HANA introduced, as I said, that 1511. 1511. So what exactly 1511? One second, give me a second time, please. Give me a second time. Sorry. Okay. So when it comes to SAP S4 HANA, okay, here it is. So it is released. See here, it is released 15 is nothing but year, and this is nothing but month. So from 2015 onwards, SAP S4 HANA was releasing every year one version with adding few features. Clear? From 1511 to every year till 2023, they were decided to release new complete new feature, right? And one more good thing is SAP has a crystal clear roadmap till 2047. Till 2047 they have a crystal clear roadmap, what features need to be added, what are the structural changes they need to do, everything. They have a crystal clear roadmap till 2047, till 2000, not 2030 or 35. It is crystal clear roadmap till 2000, means what features they need to be added, what is the AI changes they need to do that, what is machine learning changes they need to do that. Clear? So everything they have crystal clear roadmap. So in the same way it is released. Okay, so same thing S4 HANA 1610. Okay, same thing S4 HANA 17.9. So here from hereafter, every from 1709, every September they have started releasing a new version, because here in this particular era they have aligned with Apple, aligned with Apple. Okay, Apple becomes one of the partner for SAP. So they were releasing new version of new product of Apple, and this SAP is releasing new version here. Okay, and here S4 HANA 1809, S4 HANA 1809, S4 HANA, okay, 1909, and here till here they have taken version as in first year and month, DD and sorry, MM, sorry, YY and MM format till here, till this version. Okay, and after this 1909 they've started giving version as an year wise, means they have started year wise versions. Earlier they used to change minute things till here, and they have claimed it as an complete version once. 1700, 1701, 1702, 1703 means month wise, but at the end the final product they have given in 1709. And after that they have decided every year they want to release. These are the on-premise version, whatever I'm talking, on-premise version. Okay, so 1909, after that they have started giving their versions as an year wise. So here S4 HANA, S4 HANA 2020. Okay, and after this S4 HANA 2021, and after this S4 HANA 2022, and here S4 HANA, S4 HANA 2020. Okay, these are year wise. Till here it's a year wise. Okay, and the latest version, as I can say, that we are going to practice, we are going to see majority on 2023. And here SAP has decided, instead of releasing the version every year, they decided to release the versions every 2 years, every alternate year, every 2 years, I can say that. Now they have started S4 HANA, S4 HANA 2025. So people will claim it as a 2024 and 2025. 2024 to 2025. Okay. And the next version it is going to be done in 2027. In 2027. So these are the versions. So what are the things added? What are the features added? We will discuss in our latest going forward sessions. So these are the versions. Any questions here? I'll give a pause here. Any questions? Any questions? I'll give a pause here. So this is only version history we are talking about.
Sir, one
No,
question.
sir.
Yes, please. That's the reason.
Suppose
Yes.
client want to migrate either on-premise or cloud, so they
Mhm.
wanted to from ECC to directly they will migrate to either on-premise or cloud, right? Public cloud or cloud.
Yes, yes. Anything they can. So again, that's what I'm saying. Here it is again the versions in this is on-premise version. These are the on-premise. I'll talk what do you mean on-premise and close. Okay, on-premise
Sure.
versions. Okay, and here we have a on-premise and there is a versions called cloud versions.
Hmm.
Okay, cloud versions. So we have a public cloud and private clouds. The cloud versions are again divided into two types. Private cloud, and we will talk in our next week session what is the completely in-depth cloud versions. Okay, private
Yeah.
cloud and public cloud. Private cloud and public cloud. Okay, in private
Yeah.
cloud again the versions are different in public cloud and private cloud. Public cloud they are releasing year wise only, but private cloud they are releasing the versions every quarter. Quarterly changes. Quarterly changes in version. So everything, if you, I'm taken a private cloud, right, clear. So whatever new things, the functionality is added, then automatically the overall client will be get updated. Under part. So that is the reason what I'll do. I'll take a next sessions completely on cloud version. So that would be almost all 6 hour session on cloud platform. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So here. So when I comes to now, we have done with the history of SAP from ECC to, okay, or R1 environment to till today. Till today. So the later again I'm telling in our class example, majority things again I'm telling you we are going to cover ECC 6. We are going to cover in depth of ECC 6 with EHP 7 and as well as few things I'll show 7 and 8 versions, 8 versions, and same time in depth again, in depth S4 HANA. S4 HANA 2023. Again, 2025 is not completely published, right? Few companies are still migrating on 2025 directly. Okay, so we'll show what are the new features. We'll show new features of 2025 version. Clear? What are the additional things which are added from 2023? So you need not to work on 20 from 15/11 to 2023. You need not to work 2023. If you work, then you are ready with 2023 version from 2015. And same time, I will show you what are the few changes in 2025 version. That also we will cover in our project sessions. Clear? So both the products we are going to work in depth, that is ECC 6 with EHP 7 and 8 version, and same thing S4 HANA majorly we will focus. Okay, majorly we will focus on S4 HANA, and the version is also latest version 2023. And what are the only the features, new features which were added, clear, in 2025 version that we are going to see. Where is in asset accounting? We got new changes, and the bank accounting also we got few changes in 2025 version when compared to 2023. Okay, that we are going to see what are the different changes. Clear? Okay, so here when I come,
Yes.
when it comes to this is a history of this one. Next one, when it comes to introduction, already we discussed about what is history, what are the benefits of ERP in our first session, what are the different versions we discussed in depth, and what are the SAP products also we discussed, what are the different products. Clear? So basic functional products in this one. So we discussed. So what is the latest version of SAP S4 HANA? Right? Already we have done high performance analytical appliance. right? S4 HANA stands for fourth generation high performance analytical appliance, right? SAP S4 HANA was released in 2015. S4 HANA, not HANA, right? S4 is nothing but functional modules, right? In 2015, and every year it got changed. And SAP S4 HANA runs on a HANA database, right? Its own database, right? And where ECC runs on any database. ECC runs on traditional database and as well as a HANA database also, right? EHP8 was the same. EHP8 will work on traditional database and as well as a HANA database. Okay. Next one, SAP S4 HANA is very simple, faster than previous generation of any SAP ERP ECC. Clear? So that is the major advantage of SAP S4. And here, what exactly S4 HANA features? Okay, so it is too early to discuss, but I'll give the glimpse of S4 HANA. Okay, so it is a single source of truth. What is S4 HANA? S4 HANA is a nothing but single source of truth. It contains all the details. Earlier in ECC environment, whatever data, okay, the data used to store, okay, the data used to store, the data used to store in multiple tables, multiple tables. And what is the other disadvantage with this in the sense, same data used to available in different tables. Clear? For example, if I say, for example, invoice punching, right? This particular data used to stored in one table. Okay, table in the sense the data, whatever data you are, header data, line item data we will have used to store in a different table. Invoice punching details itself storing into different tables. So what happens whenever and there is a lot of duplication in ECC, duplication of tables. Means what I'm saying here, same data available, the data is available, no problem, but the same data is available in different tables. So there would be a lot of weightage on different, okay, burden on database, because same data used to store in 10 different table. So automatically what does it mean? It used to occupy majority of memory, same data. Like that, if my company is having a huge data, my company is a big company, right? And it is having a huge data. In that particular data, one data used to occupy number of tables. So it occupies more and more space. So whenever we are trying to retrieve the data, it used to check different tables, different tables. So with that, the getting of output was also getting delayed. Just I mentioned, right? It used to spend hours of time before HANA, right? But after introduction of S4 HANA, the tables are decreased. Okay, tables are decreased in S4 HANA. Tables got minimized. Majority tables. So here, no duplication of data. No duplication of data. Clear? Okay, no duplication of data here. So what was happening here? So majority data used to stored in one table and other tables also. So here what is happening, whenever we need to retrieve the data, then it need not to check for multiple tables. It need to check only a respective table and it can retrieve the data within short time. So that is the reason we call it as a single source of truth. Single means it is checking in only one table. I'll tell you what are the different tables, right? What do you mean by table? We will discuss. Clear? What are the different tables was there in ECC? What are the different tables are there in S4 HANA? How to retrieve the data and all the stuff in our future sessions we will see. And
Sure, sir.
that is the reason we can call it as a universal journal. What do you mean by universal journal? So almost all means earlier here, if I say that our course is consist of FI and CO. Okay, FI and
Yes.
CO, right? And here in ECC environment, FI is a different module. FI is a different module. Okay, different module, and CO is a different module. Both are different modules.
Yes.
Okay, FI, CO. Okay,
CO.
FI is one module and CO is another module. But when it comes to S4 HANA, both are merged. Means now it is not a different module. These two are not different modules. There's a single module, FICO, or you can call it as a simple finance. Clear? Majority we call it as a FICO or FICO or whatever you call, but it is not a separate module. It is not a separate module. Means the major data, it earlier it used to store FI tables separately, CO tables separately, like that. But here now it is combined. Both are combined. Both are merged. Clear? So now you can't say that I'm a FI consultant or a CO consultant. Somebody give an example, right? In the same way, we are now FICO. Clear? Majority, why it is no, why after combining of CO, so like some functionalities of CO, I'll tell you what are the functionalities. Some functionalities of CO has been moved to FI. Move to FI. We will discuss in depth in future, right? Now, just remember that we are not doing FICO. Our simple module, whenever I say S4 HANA, it is nothing but it is a combination of merge of FICO. Your course is not FICO now, it's a S4 HANA. So 100% I need to cover in depth of FI functionalities and CO functionalities. Earlier, whenever people used to join for ECC, so I would ask, are you joining for FI or are you joining for CO? Clear? Now, but it's mandatory to cover both the modules. It's not separate now. Clear?
Yes.
Yeah. So universal. Next one in S4 HANA. In S4 HANA, this is only exclusively available. This particular feature or a functionality, Fiori apps. Right? Earlier in ECC environment, if for example, if I want to approve anything, right? Definitely I need to have, okay, for example, any payment I need to approve as a manager. So mandatory, I need to have a desktop or a laptop with, okay, then only I can log into SAP, then I can approve. But now after introduction of Fiori apps, right? After introduction of Fiori apps, it will work on any device. It will work on your laptop, desktop, mobile, tabs, clear, anything. So from wherever, if you have a good internet access, you can do whatever the work you have. Minimal activities. Clear? So that we are going to see Fiori apps every topic wise. For example, general ledger accounting, if I say that, so we will create a lot of master data in that. So we will create traditional ways and as well as a Fiori apps also through Fiori apps. So apps are nothing but you can see in your mobile phone. Amazon, that is one app. WhatsApp, one app. Or Flipkart, one app. In the same way, we have a number of Fiori apps. So to do vendor invoice posting. So instead of earlier, we need to remember the transaction codes. We need to remember the transaction codes if I am doing on GUI. But if I am working on a Fiori apps, so there is not required to remember any transaction code. We can search an app like invoice posting, vendor invoice posting. Clear? GL creation, master data creation. So if you can search in simple English, the app will be open and we can. At present, as of now, we have more than 13,000 apps are available in Fiori. Different modules, each and every module, Fiori apps will support each and every module of SAP, and it is contains more than 13,000 apps, Fiori apps. It may extend again. but it is very simple. It's a user friendly, clear. As I said, that user experience, Fiori user experience, right, on any device. This, it is a revolutionary Fiori apps. Clear? So you can do the through GUI, or you can do in the backend. If you want to do, then you work on GUI. If you want to work only on app, then you can have Fiori apps. So that is the reason. What would be the problem at end user level in the sense? So if any organization, okay, completely using Fiori apps, means after, like, when they introduced S4 HANA completely along with the Fiori apps, clear, then there is a chance of cut down, 99% chance of cut down end user works. Clear? Not for example, in my organization, if I'm having a department called accounts payable or accounts receivable, right, any account, okay, then probably if I'm using 10 members, when I introduced automation along with the Fiori apps, probably I may use one or two people. That's it, not required 8 people. So their jobs are in threat, end user level. But as a functional consultant, as long as the automation is coming, as long as the new features are coming, so there is an opportunities also increases for us, functional consultants. So as I said that till 2014 at 47, there won't be any threat for consulting. Clear? But at end user level, always a threat. Okay, now you people are talking about recession, right? Again, a recession is not at a consulting level, not at a consulting level. Clear? A recession is at end user level. Companies are firing end users and core IT, not SAP IT side. Clear? So, okay, that we will discuss in later session. Next one, as I said that it will work on in-memory database. So that is the reason it can take unlimited workload capacity. Within fraction of seconds, whatever user is expecting, those reports can be accessed within fraction of seconds. So same thing, because of in-memory, it can do faster analytics, means comparisons, and we can give a reporting. Clear? So same thing, same. This is nothing but it is compatible. It is compatible with new generation technologies like your AI, machine learning, just now blockchain, etc. Clear? Next one, simplified tables. As I said that it's a universal journal, so only few tables are there, and it is removed all ECC tables, majority ECC tables, right? Duplication, summarization is nothing but duplication of tables, index tables. It has been removed. Okay, but again, I'm going to show you what are the different tables are available in ECC, what are the changes in S4 HANA, and I'll show in depth of tables also. Because we need to have, if you are doing an automation project, if you are working on automation project or any migration project, then definitely we need to have a table knowledge on ECC and table knowledge on S4 HANA if you're going migrating. So that is the reason we are going to cover in-depth tables. We are going to work on ECC environment and as well as an S4 HANA environment. Clear? Next one. Earlier, as I said that same vendor master transactions used to stored in different tables. So whenever we want to do, we want to check a final output, we need to do lot of reconciliations in ECC, lot of reconciliations. But in S4 HANA, the reconciliation is not required. Majority reconciliations are not required. Like F5 with asset accounting, F5 with CO, clear? COPA or whatever you call, right? So reconciliation is not required that much. So earlier they used to spend, companies used to spend 5 or 10 people only for reconciliations. Now hardly one person is enough to do the reconciliation, because the reconciliation scope was decreased in S4 HANA, because automatically system will do, because everything stored in single table, few tables. And few new functionalities, new flexible functionalities are added in SAP different sub models like your GL accounting, asset. Few, what are the few features are added in compared to ECC, GL, asset accounting, banking, material ledger, cost center accounting. So few features are added, new features. Right. So whenever you are thorough in ECC and you don't know S4 HANA, but at least you need to have a knowledge what are the changes are there, what are the new features are added in GL accounting, what are the new features are added in asset accounting, bank accounting, material ledger, cost center accounting. So again, topic wise, again I have mentioned here, note, we will discuss all the features for each and every topic wise, right? What was the traditional and what was the new, and I'm going to show in both the ECC and as well as S4 HANA what was the traditional GL, old approach of GL, and new approach of GL. Clear? Both the things we are going to discuss, but just in high level I'm giving this idea what is S4 HANA. If you didn't understood this also, not an issue. Clear? Going forward, when we start the topic, enter into the topics, then definitely you will understand what are the changes and what is what. Clear? And here, so this is about your ECC products and S4 HANA. Okay. And when it comes to modules, okay, the modules are divided into, one second. Okay. The modules in the sense, whatever application or whatever you call. So here I'll mention in my working notes, the modules are divided into two categories. SAP modules, okay, applications divided into two categories. Okay. One is functional modules, functional modules, okay, technical modules, technical modules. Okay. What are the functional modules? Here I have divided core functional modules is financial accounting, logistics modules, and HR module. Again, in logistics module, we have a further subdivision of module. So here when I come to functional modules, when it comes to functional modules, okay, so just I'll give FI, okay, that is nothing but financial accounting, what in ECC or whatever you can. Okay. Next one, CO, controlling module, controlling, CO controlling. Next one, HCM, human capital, human capital management. Okay. And after that, it is PP, production and planning, production and planning. Okay. PP. Next one, materials. These all comes under logistics module. Materials management, materials management. Next one, FSCM, financial supply chain management, supply chain management. Okay, financial supply chain management. Next, I'll say that SD, sales and distribution, sales and distribution. PM or PS, you can call it as a now PS. Okay, project systems, project systems. Okay, next one. This is now, as I said that in S4 HANA, these two are merged, FICO, right? Financial accounting and controlling. We can call it as financial controlling and accounting. Next one, PM, plant maintenance, plant maintenance. Next one, QM. Okay, QM, quality management. I can say quality management. Next one, IM, inventory management. And few more are there. I'm just giving highlight this thing. Clear? So these are the, this is one module, FICO. So same thing I have mentioned. Financial accounting, nothing but your FICO. Okay. HCM is nothing but your HR module. And other than this, these all are logistics modules. Logistics module. And few more are there. Just have given which were highly using. Okay. And when it comes to technical module, okay, technical, right? So the, and again, we are, our cup of tea is this one, functional module, and we, you can learn these modules. If you are not related to any BTech or MTech or something else, okay, then we are considered as a functional consultants, and there will be a technical consultants who have a grip and knowledge on technical modules. They are known as a technical consultants. So for example, if I take technical consultant, okay, so again the technical modules are, we have few modules. Earlier there were only two modules, basis and ABAP, but now it has been increased. So basis module, right? Now it is, we are no more calling them as an basis module, and that is replaced with SAP NetWeaver. SAP NetWeaver. Okay. And next one, ABAP, ABAP module. So here it is nothing but, what is ABAP? Sorry. ABAP is nothing but advanced business application, okay, programming. So in the backend, whatever screens, whatever functionalities, right? So that will be developed on ABAP. And basis SAP NetWeaver, it is a system, completely your servers, right? Authorizations and everything will be checked by these consultants, basis consultants or ABAP consultants. Okay. Now we have one more, PI. PI. This is also a technical module. So this is nothing but process integration. Process integration. I'll tell you what in my process integration in our project sessions. Okay. Next one, we have SAP Solution Manager. Solution Manager. This is also one of the technical functional. Next one, SAP Application Server. Application Server. Next one, the latest one, we have a business technology platform. Business technology platform. We call it as a, majorly it's known as BTP. BTP. Clear? So in this way, the functional SAP modules are divided into two categories. One is functional module, another one is technical module. Functional module are divided into three categories. One is finance accounting, finance module, right? HR module and logistics module. In FI module, we have a FICO, HR module, HCM, and other logistics module. You can take this. Right? When it comes to technical module, right? Basis ABAP. So as FI consultant or FICO consultant, so normally we may require, with the help of, in our day-to-day project, we will contact every day with your basis consultant, SAP NetWeaver consultant, and as well as a ABAP consultant. So where it required and all those stuff, we will see in our next sessions. So these are the different modules. Again, do I need to remember all this stuff? Not required as an FICO consultant, right? But at least you need to have a knowledge, because in day-to-day life, if you are involved in a project, so probably you may connect, you need to connect with, we may need to connect with these consultants in an organization according to your client requirement. So that is the reason, at least if people are using the terminologies, client level, initial client level, okay, then at least they may use these terminologies. So at least we need to understand that. We need to understand that. Clear, everyone? Any questions? I'll give a pause here once again. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. So if we don't have, then it's a good to go. So these are the modules we have. As I said, that finance and controlling module, right? So in finance we have a sub modules, right? Again, no need to remember as of now, just I'm giving an heads up what are the things we are going to cover, right? So that is nothing but GL module, accounts payable, accounts receivable, banking, right? In banking also we are going to see electronic bank reconciliation and manual bank reconciliation, asset accounting. Clear, everything in depth we are going to cover. And when it comes to your CO module, okay, so just to have an idea, controlling is nothing but in your academic, we used to call it as a cost and management accounting, which is exclusively for our internal reporting purpose. See, whatever reports we are going to generate in finance module, clear? So that is for internal and external purpose. Whatever information generate in finance module, or whatever reports we are going to generate in finance module, right? Nothing but your profit and loss account, balance sheets, right? Whatever minimal reports, so those are for internal and external purpose. But whatever reports or whatever information we are going to generate in controlling module, okay, so that is only for internal purpose, that is for management decision purpose. Okay, so those we are not going to exhibit for external people. So as I said that in our course we are going to discuss our academic accounting as well as your cost and management accounting. Clear? We need to understand for controlling, you need to have a grip on controlling, in the sense at least you need to understand your cost sheets, budget allocations, and clear, what is the FIFO LIFO methods. So few things, whatever business required, those academic sessions we will have. Ratio analysis, so those things in depth we are going to discuss, right? Overhead accounting. So if you don't know knowledge on overhead accounting, then probably few things it will end up with the confusion. So those things first we will do academic, then next 2 to 3 sessions on academic cost and management, then we will go to CO module. Clear? In CO also, these are the modules. Again, I'll share this material to you. Overhead management, product costing, right? And SCOPA, nothing but controlling and profitability analysis. So again, I'm telling you why people consider CO is the challenging, right? FI is easy, people consider, and CO challenging. In the sense, probably their roots in costing is not good. So that is the reason people consider controlling is a challenging one. But again, I'm telling you, okay, it's a challenging one. But once you understand the roots, basics of CO and management accounting, cost and management accounting, then this will not be a challenging. We can do easily. So these are the topics we are going to cover in our CO module. Clear? So these are the logistics modules. A CO you can see here, but it's same thing whatever I mentioned. Fine. So here in FI module, what is the GL accounting, that we will see in our next session. So next one, when it comes to system landscape. Okay, system landscape. What do you mean by system landscape? We need to understand. As we know that we have in any project, if you take, right, any project, it could be an implementation project or a support project or any migration project, any project, minimum 3 servers will be there. I'm saying minimum 3 servers. Okay, one is a development server, one is a quality server, and another one is a production server. It whatever system, whatever project you take, we will have a minimum 3 servers: development server, quality server, and production server. Clear? And each server will contain different client. Clear? Different clients. So what exactly? In general, client mean a customer. In general, client means a customer. But in SAP, client is having a different term. Client is considered as a different term. So what is a client in SAP? Clear? In SAP, Client is the highest organizational unit in SAP that represent, okay, okay, an SAP client is the highest organizational unit in SAP that represents self-contained environment with its own data, with its own data. Okay, your own data, user specific data and configuration data. Clear? Everything will be stored under client. Whatever data you are having, your own data or user specific data or a configuration data. Okay, in depth if you want to understand, okay, if you want to understand, for example, for example, okay, here what do you mean by exactly the client? How does it works? Okay, so client, now you understood what is a client, actually what it will do. For example, client contains client contains okay, client contains different companies, okay, the organization or organizational data in one server, in one server. For example, if I take one example, if I take an apartment, okay, example, if I take an apartment, okay, if I take an apartment, okay, different apartment or a building, I can say that building, in a building, in one building, Raheja or whatever you take, in a building, okay, different companies will be there, different companies will be there, companies will be there, clear? Different companies will be there in the same building, but 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 each has, but each company has its own data, has its own data. Means see here, in one building there are n number of companies, but their flat may be different, their flats may be different. For example, if I say that, for example, if I say, imagine building means, is it building means, building means here SAP system, SAP system, asset Raheja, SAP system. When I say each flat, right, it's nothing but each flat is nothing but a client, SAP client, SAP client. So each flat means SAP client. Means, for example, in one server, we have n number of clients. We can have n number of clients. As per the customer requirement, we will design the client. So here what happens? Here what happens? One client. Okay. Okay. If, for example, if I say same this thing example, if I go with the same example, majority lives in same building, correct? Majority lives in same building. Okay. But one flat, one flat cannot see, cannot see another flat's data, another flat's data. Here, in the same way, each flat, I'm taking in general terminology, each flat has its own data, its own data, its own data. Okay, each flat has its own data. So what do you mean by this? So here, in server, in one particular server, we have a n number of clients, n number of clients. So each and every client will have its own data, right? For example, I can say that client one. Okay. For example, I'm saying client 100. These are the, I'll tell you what is this, 200, 300. So here some data is there in client 100, some data is there in client 200, some data is there in client 300. Okay. And I have a access to work on client 100 only. I have a authorization to work on client 100. Then I can log in and I can see what is the data is there in client 100. Okay, but this is same server. The clients are in same server. Okay, so the data will be stored. What kind of data it will be stored? User data will be stored. Transactional data will be stored. Master data will be stored. Right? Authorizations data will be stored. So majority data will be stored under clients in a server under the different client. So I'm having access to a client 100. Okay, in server 1, for example, this is server 1. Okay, server 1. In server 1, we have a 3 clients. Client 100, client 200 and client 3. And I'm having access only for client 100. So what I can do, I can view the information, the data, whatever there in the client 100. I don't have access to 200 and 300. Then if it is, even though it is in same server, the clients 200 and 300, but I don't have access, so I can't log into 200 system or 300 system, and I can't view the information and the data from client 200 and client 300. Right? In the same way, in one apartment, there are n number of flats. Right? What I can, so I have a lot of things in my flat. So I can see, I can enter in my flat and I can view that. Okay. But if I want to see, if I want to go and check in my neighbor flat, then I don't have an access. I don't have any authorization to enter into their flats. Right? So same building, different flat. So that is the reason I'm saying example as a building is your server or SAP system, right? And flat is nothing but your client. So in one building, how many clients? According to the requirement, we will design. So the client will be designed according to your server capacity. What does it contains client? It, the general client, customer, but here in SAP client, the data, what it stores. What kind of data? User data, master data, transactional data, authorization data, configurational data, customization data. So everything will be stored and saved in one particular client. In one particular client. Clear? And again, okay. In SAP, in SAP, in SAP, client will be defined, will be defined and identified with 3-digit code, 3-digit numerical code, numerical code. Okay. So whatever client number, whatever client, so that will 3-digit code only, and it will start from 0002 999, 0002 999. So 0002 999. I'll tell you what, out of this, you can have any client number in server. So there are few clients which are restricted to have. So in, for example, I'm working as an end user. I'm working on as an end user, right? And I'm having a 10 years of experience as an end user. And what I did, I have changed my profile. I have changed my profile, right? I have changed my profile as a SAP consultant. Only roles and responsibilities I have changed, and everything I have kept it same. So you are attending an interview, you are attending an interview, right? So I have done a practice, I have done a practice in a client called, I don't have a real-time experience. I have done a practice, a client called 800 client. Out of this 3-digit, I am working on 800 client. I am working on 800. I'm practicing from past 1 year or 2 years. I have done well versed practice in client 800, and I'm ready for interview, and I've submitted my resume and I got a call. So due to XYZ reason, the interviewer got a doubt on us, that he was thinking that we don't have a real time experience. We don't have a real time experience. We don't have real time experience. So what he will try to do is he will try to pull our leg for which client and for which client, under which client. Two things: for which client, under which client you have worked. Whenever he is asking that under which client you have worked, clear? Right? Client is not a customer here. Under which client you have worked, clear? So if you say client 800, clear, then it is nothing but SAP has released this version for training and environment purpose. Training and environment purpose. In general, you will get this 800 client for training purpose, not real-time configuration and testing purpose. So if you say that because every day we log in 800 client from past 1 year and we are working on that. And if we say that 800 client we have done for my customer Reliance, then definitely you will be caught there. Clear? So here we need to have a little knowledge on that what clients we have. When if you have a real-time experience, then it's fine. You can say that under I worked on under 101 or 102 or 200, 300, any client number. But here, if I don't have a real-time experience and my trainer never explained about client concept, right? And unfortunately, I have practiced under client 800, and which is dedicatedly given by SAP for training and practice purpose. Then and the in interview also I have mentioned the same client number. Clear? And there only we will get rejected. So SAP SAP has given, which will be identified the client numbers with 3-digit numerical codes, right? 000 So 1,000 clients we can have according to requirement. Clear? So what is that? 3-digit code. Okay. Here it will have each client. Okay. Each client can have its own data, its own master data, So what do you mean by master data? It could be anything: GL master data, customer master data, vendor master data. What is a master data? Transactional data we will discuss later. Okay, materials master data, etc. Right? Next one, each client have its own transactional data. So what do you mean by transactional data? Invoice postings, for example, FI postings. That could be AP postings, AR postings, asset postings, right? Next one, documents. Okay. Next one, each client will have its own user IDs, and authorizations. So means each client will have user IDs and authorizations. If I don't have authorization for, I have authorization for one client and I don't have authorization for another client, so I can access only that particular client where I have authorization. Okay. Next one, each client will have its own configurational settings. Configurational settings. Okay. Each and every, so client number, SAP standard client. I'll tell you what are the clients we are supposed to say client numbers and what clients you are not supposed to say in interview. Okay. So in our next sessions, we'll see that. So any questions here? We'll, and in next session, Monday session, we'll talk about client dependent data, client independent data, and what clients we can say, what clients we are not supposed to say, clear, in interview or whatever it is. Okay. So that we will discuss in our Monday session. So with that, we will complete our Monday introduction part. System landscape we will see once, and the next we will continue with our roles, different roles. What are the different roles we have? Different projects we will have in Monday session. We will discuss, and the structure, organization structure, we will see in our next session. Yeah. Any questions before I?
Yeah, sir, I have a question, sir.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, this page that you were explaining just now about the client server and everything.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
we should remember, we should remember everything, sir. I mean, when
No,
it
not
comes to
required.
interview
At least you
purpose.
need to have an idea. That's it. If you are a
Okay.
fresher, probably they'll try to pull our leg. But if you are trying to, you are keeping your experience or something, then probably they won't.
Okay.
Unless until he's a real consultant, who is interviewer also, he should be a real consultant. Then he won't ask. Definitely he won't ask. If he's asking in the sense, we can gauge that he's also not having a real time experience. But unfortunately, he has placed there. There are a lot of ways to enter into SAP environment nowadays. Earlier it was not. Yeah, please. So remember, in the sense, for example, that is the reason. If you are explaining someone, then definitely you need to have this. But as per a consultant role, it's not required.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions? Any other?
No, sir.
Okay. So good
How
to
can we
go.
access this recording, sir?
I'm sharing right in the group. I'm mentioning every day. You are there in the group, I think, WhatsApp group.
This STB 0029.
29, yeah, I'm mentioning every day. You like after that, after Monday onwards, once we start into practical, so everything will be private. Means according to your email, you can access.
Okay.
Now it's publicly anyone can access.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. After that, after like once we start with the core, this part, because it's a general topic, so that is the reason I'll make it as in public. After that, it will be there in only private. Only the people who have joined, only those people will get the access. Okay.
Okay, sir.
And again, I'm reiterating for everybody's benefit, kindly provide your email IDs, respective Gmail IDs. So where you need to create on separately for this particular course. So kindly provide so that I can share the material also. By Monday, kindly share it. Okay.
Separate email ID only for this course, sir?
Yes, because if you club, because lot of material you are going to get. Right? If you have your own personal email ID and you want the material should be inbox to that particular email, then probably in future you will be held up with the confusion or you will delete it.
Okay.
So that is the reason.
Okay, so got it.
Yeah. Any other questions? If no, then we'll good to go. Call it for today. So we'll again meet on Monday, and kindly confirm in the group whoever wants to continue from Monday and whoever not interested to continue from Monday. So we will have a separate group for that actually. Okay. Thank you all. See you in Monday session. See you on Monday session.
Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye.